We're going to try to remove clicks from audio using the diagnostics effect called the DeClicker. To follow along, go get this file here, noises speech wave, inside the working files noises subfolder. All right, we can find that effect under Effects, Diagnostics, DeClicker, or we can go to Window, Diagnostics. That'll open up the Diagnostics panel, and there it is. And it has this drop-down list, and DeClicker is the second one on it, so we'll click that. Now, that might look familiar to you if you've been following along with all the tutorials. Let me go to Effects, Noise Reduction Restoration, Automatic Click Remover. Oh, wait a minute. What's the story here? We got threshold complexity, threshold complexity. They are, in effect, the same effects. This one is one that you can apply directly to the clip or inside the effects rack, which has advantages because you can test it out. You can apply it multiple times, so you're fixing something over and over and over again until you finally get all this stuff removed. So that's helpful. And then when you're finally done, you can apply it. But the advantage of working with the one over here in the diagnostics panel is that you scan the clip first for problem areas, and then you can look at the results and decide which ones you want to have removed, if that seems practical. In many cases, when there's lots of clicks, which will happen inside static-y clips like this, you may kind of throw up your hands and go, I don't know which one to use. In fact, neither work all that well. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to go through the basic process. I'm going to select this one because I don't want the DeClicker to analyze the entire clip left to right here, just this area. I'm going to say, let's just take the default settings. I'll go to Default, and we'll take the default settings. Threshold is like sensitivity. When someone says I have a low threshold for pain, that means that I react to pain more readily at a lower level. So a low threshold here means it's more sensitive to picking up clicks. And complexity means that it analyzes for noise with the more complex waveforms. And so it tends to remove more stuff that you like, the higher the complexity. So we're taking a low complexity and a relatively high threshold, so it won't be too sensitive. And we'll say, okay, let's scan this guy and see what happens. It finds 154 problems. Okay, there's a lot of static here. Let me listen to it first. Okay. Let's now repair it. We click Repair All, and will that fix it? Let's see what happens. Now let's listen.
4 and 7.
Sounds unchanged. Let's back this up by going Control-Z on Windows, Command-Z on Mac. We will go back and change these guys. We'll lower the threshold, make it much more sensitive to this pain. We'll increase the complexity so it works harder to try to find things. We get this little triangle with an exclamation point saying, hey, you changed your settings, you better try this again. So we'll scan it again. And this time we get 565 problems. Okay, yay, maybe now it's really going to fix it. Let's just see what happens here. All right, let's play it and see if the proof is in the pudding.
4 and 7 years.
I'm not sure what problems it repaired because I don't hear anything different. And so that's where the DeClicker kind of falls apart. I don't think it does a really great job of removing clicks, particularly when there's static involved and it really can't differentiate between the two and leaves the static behind. Let's just move down, though, to another clip here that has 3 obvious clicks in it. Let's listen to this.
4 and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation.
Check that out. Let's make it 4 clicks. Who knew? Now we'll have it analyze this area with the same settings. We'll scan it. Will it get rid of those 4 clicks? We'll say Repair All. Let's see what happens.
4 and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation.
Not a one. All of them are still there. So this points out kind of the drawback of this whole DeClicker thing, which is an effect that I just recommend you just take a pass on. It just, I don't think, really works. When it comes to dealing with clicks, it really is a manual process. And I explain how you manually identify, reduce, or remove unwanted noises in a separate chapter. But let me just show you a quick example here. Here was this click. You can hear it.
Nation.
There's a click right there. Let's zoom in on it and switch over to the spectral frequency display. Probably zoomed in a little too far. Let me zoom back out just a bit. There we go. And there it is. That's the offending click right there. I'll just play it again.
New nation.
See, you can actually see the darn thing inside the spectral frequency display. That's one of the great advantages of this thing. And what you do when you do things individually like this is that you not only identify them, and then you select them, then you say, heal this thing. You go to Favorites and Auto Heal, and now that click is gone. Listen.
And a new nation.
So you can tell something went wrong there, something was changed, but the click is gone. And that's really the way you're going to attack clicks, is not use the DeClicker, which is this sort of automatic tool that doesn't really work all that well, but you're going to attack them individually like this using the spectral frequency display. So there's a look at the DeClicker, an effect I recommend you just pass by.